Now children, see, there are different types of sets, you are knowing. You must have studied by the knowledge of class 7th and 6th also. But as a part of the syllabus and topic, I'll be explaining to you the different types of sets, and I'll try that you can correlate with the different types of sets also. First type of set that you have to study is called as finite set. Finite set. I had given a brief introduction. Now what is finite set? See, a finite set is one in which the number of elements we can count, it is limited to 10, 5, 20, 30, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakhs, 10 lakhs, 1 million. But 1 million also is still countable. Okay? So finite set means there are limited number of elements. In the definition it is saying number of members, finite number of members. So it contains finite, or right, not right, contain, let's write has only. It has finite number of elements. Means what? Suppose I say x is a natural number less than or equal to 6. Can you count the number of members? How to represent the number of members? We are writing like this: n of a is equal to 6. N of a means what? N of a means the number of members in the set A is 6. That means this will be always a finite number. Okay? So these are called as finite sets. What is the example of this? Example will be number of days in a year. Or what? Another example. X such that x is a factor of 48. That means when we are writing the elements for these two conditions, we can count them and we can write n of the name of the set equal to some number you can give. This is a finite set. I hope I have made it clear to you now. Next is infinite set. Next is infinite set. See, for an infinite set, what is the thing? The number of members you cannot count only, because they are infinite. So it is infinite set. F should be small, children. Let's write it properly. So the second type of set that we are learning is infinite set. Now infinite set means what? Doesn't have doesn't have fixed number of elements. One word is used here, uncountable. If you have heard about it in the English language, countable nouns, uncountable nouns, okay? Yes or no? So you have studied that also, right? Must have studied about this. What the example can be? So the number of members, example, set of natural numbers. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, dot, dot. It will keep on coming like that. Means infinite set. Infinite number of members. You cannot count the number of members. You can't say 4 members. No, 5 also is there. 6, 7, 8. So it will keep on. Means it will carry on like that. It will go on like that. It's called as what? Set of integers. Set of integers. Then what? Set of whole numbers. Set of whole numbers. All these examples of infinite set. I hope this is clear to you. The third type is called as a empty set. Empty set. Empty means doesn't contain anything. That means no element. Third type is empty set. EMPTY, empty. Empty set. Empty set means no elements. Contains no elements. Contains no elements. Okay? So there are no elements in this set. Example what? If I write x is such that x such that x is an integer and x is more than 2 and less than 3. Is there any integer between 2 and 3? No. Don't say 2.1. That is not an integer, that is a decimal. Okay. So it is between 2 and 3, no integers. Clear? So this is example of what? Suppose I write a equal to this. So write n of a equal to 0. N of a equal to 0 means no elements are there. How to represent empty set? 5. It represents empty set. We are calling empty set by one more name called as null set or void set. So one more name is there called as null set. Null set or void. You must have studied about voids. Void set. I should take a space and then write it. Void set. So these are another name for this, means for the same, means null set or void set or empty set. So these two are the names for these only. Clear? So empty set also called as null set or void set. If all you had been in class 6th or 7th, I had told that this thing can come in the fill in the blanks, but your pattern only is different. No fill in the blanks, no true and false as of now. So unless some change is there in the pattern, you will not have this fill in the blanks. You will have 3 mark questions, 4 mark and 5 mark questions. So this is the thing: null set or void set or empty set. No elements. So 5 represents empty set. One more way of representing is there. This also represents empty set. That's clear. So this also represents empty set. Clear? And what next? Next type is what are the examples? I'll give the examples. Some more examples are given in the book, you may see it there. Then one more type is singleton set. The fourth type is singleton set. So what is singleton set? Singleton set is the one set in which only one element is there. So it is a set in which only single element or set containing only one element. Example: x such that x is an integer, x is more than 3 and less than 5. So what will be the integer then? 4 will be there. So n of b is equal to 1. You might be saying that I am representing n of b. This thing is itself called as what? This representation is for what? Cardinal number. Cardinal number means cardinal number shows number of elements. So cardinal number is a term that we are using for the number of elements. So when we say cardinal number, basically we want to know that how many elements are there in the set. So it is called as cardinal number. It shows what? The number of elements in the set. And obviously cardinal number is defined only for a finite set. Why so? Because if the number of elements can be counted, then only you write some number here. If it is an infinite set, what you write here? Infinite? No. So cardinal number is defined only for a finite set. Okay. Then next type is the fifth type is universal set. Fifth type is universal set. You must know about universe. Universe includes everything. Everything? Yes or no? That means universal set means what? A set that contains all the elements. Means if you are considering all the possible things under a particular discussion. So a set which contains all the possible elements, a set of all the possible elements in a discussion. That means if when you're talking about some set, then a set that contains all the possible numbers is called as what? A universal set. And how are we denoting it? It is denoted by U, or what other symbol we are using, or one more symbol is there. Okay, this is a symbol for that universal set. You can have a look at the book also, you'll make it better. The first one is smaller and the other one is bigger. Okay, better one is that one. That is the representation of which one? Universal set. If difficulty in making, then use U only. Then what? Example. Suppose we are taking that A equal to set of students playing chess. Okay? A set of students playing chess. Set of students playing football. Now, if we are talking in this respect, then the universal set will be what? Universal set will contain all the elements of A and B together. And see, if we are talking about a class, like then all the students of the class will be the universal set. That means here in this discussion, if you are talking about a class in which some students are playing chess, some are playing football, then you will be what? All students of the class. Because children, we cannot be sure that all are either playing chess or football. There might be some students who are not playing chess or football only. So they also are included under the universal set. Okay, check my point. When I say in a class there are students who are playing chess, then there are students who are playing football. So there are two types of students, but there might be some who are not playing any of them. So that also will come under the universal set itself. The next thing is equivalent set. Equivalent sets are the number of members are equal in both the sets. Sixth one is equivalent sets. Equivalent sets. So if two sets are there such that n of A is equal to n of B, if then that means if the number of elements of two sets are equal, that means number of elements are equal, then the sets are said to be equivalent. Then A and B are equivalent sets. EQUIVALENT, equivalent sets. How to represent that A and B are equivalent? There is a symbol we are using. If you remember your congruency symbol, this shows what? Representation of A being equivalent to B. Other way also is there. Okay, so either this or this, one dash and two arrows on both the sides. So this shows equivalent sets. Okay. And one thing they have left, equal sets, that we'll cover in the next class. And see what are the equal sets. I'll tell you for a short period of time. Equal sets are those sets in which such that every element of A is in B, every element of A in B, and every element of B in A. If every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A, then A and B are said to be equal. So how do we write? We write A is equal to B.